So, I don't know how to say this, but do you know what? I'll probably just split this off in a couple of videos. So, this one is going to be about this video, which is MSI Meg Z390 Godlike. Don't forget that, Godlike. This is Godlike when you go and speak to the people from the heavens and you go, I would like, you know what, I'm going to tell a different story actually. So I went to go and buy a car and I wanted to block my driveway to stop people from parking on it, and I thought, I've got a bit of money today, let me go and buy this car. So I looked on Auto Trader and I went to go and buy the car, and then as I was on the internet, this came up as an advert. So I was like, let me have a look at this. Then I had to make the decision of a godlike decision. Should I get the car or should I get the motherboard? Now he's wondering, or you're wondering, why is he talking about a car and a motherboard? What has this got to do with this video? Well, this motherboard costs £600, so does the car. So you get my point. I've got this rather than the car. I didn't really, it's not even a real story, but don't worry about it. Let's talk about this motherboard. This is the Godlike MSI Z390 motherboard that's going to be fitting the processors and is backwards compatible, or meant to be, with the Coffee Lake 8700K, 8600K, those sort of CPUs. But I'm going to be getting the 9900K to benchmark it like crazy and like do some mad stuff. Anyway, let's just talk about it real quick. It looks lovely, the box is great, it's got a handle, weighs a lot. It is pretty nice. Just look at it. It is nice, I must admit. Alright, so what I'm going to do is we're going to get it out of the box. We're going to have it all looking really nice. I don't even know how to even do this. We're going to have it looking all nice. We're not going to be building anything yet until we get the 9900K. Look at that. That was the wrong way around. Can't believe it. Anyway, let's turn it around. Doesn't matter. Everything's all over the place. Whatever. This is what you call unboxing. Oh gosh, I didn't mean to do that. Unboxing. I'm an unboxing hero. Right, I've got to turn this around. Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. There we go. I'll stick that to that side. Let's talk about what we get in the box real quick then. So we get a unuseless, because it's unuseless, but it's usable at the same time. If you've got a DVD and a rewriter, you can obviously use this and then obviously use your drivers. Thank you for choosing the MSI motherboard. Thank you, bless you. A badge from MSI. Woo! Okay. Stickers to label if you kind of forget where you need to plug your SATA cables in, and your, I think just your SATA cables actually, yeah. So you get that. You get a quick, easy use guide, fairly simple, quick installation guide. What's this? GeForce RTX. Did you know that we're selling these as well if you want to go and purchase some graphics cards that cost the earth? So this is 600. The CPU I'm getting is 600. And this graphics card's 1200. So basically it's half the 600. So I don't know what's going on with the market. I might as well buy some memory that's 600. I might as well buy an SS or something that's 600. Everything 600, why not? But anyway, on the front it's got all the lovely graphics cards, which we're going to be getting a RTX 2080 Ti to go with this bad boy. Okay. I like this more. This is what I can use. This is useful. The reason it's useful is because it's got a big open plan layout, and everything's easy and readable to tell you where you put your stuff, to plug it all in. You know, like when you're plugging in the front I/O and the LEDs and all that sort of stuff, and you're like, oh, where does it go? Well, that's where it goes anyway. You get obviously a nice Meg 2390 Godlike user guide book thing, Bible. Well, it must be a Bible because it's quite thick. So you get one of them, and then obviously you get these lovely cables. So let's undo that, and then you get these cables. Look at that. That is beautiful, is it not? These are braided flat cables for Sata connectors, and the reason that they're flat is because MSI come up with a great idea of having flat cables. Now they're already been like that. Instead of being round, when they're round they're too thick and everything is a bit awkward. I really don't like why they put right angle corners on these. It just makes it awkward. I really don't know why it's like. Just keep them flat like that. Anyway, it's nice. It feels really braided. They feel very high quality, and it's about 30 centimeters or maybe 35 centimeters in length. So that's pretty decent. You get 2 in one bag. You get, oh, all right, you get 6 for £600. You get 6. Good, hey. Anyway, so that's pretty cool. And then we get an MSI bag. It's not your Louis Vuitton or anything like that, your Gucci, but it will do. It's MSI bag, nothing else in there. So I'm guessing, yeah, all these cables. Right, so you got temperature cables in there. You get quite a few, and because this board is heavily for overclocking and stuff like that. So this might be for using championships. Wouldn't surprise me because it's a pretty heavy motherboard. We've got a 5-volt cable for your RGBs. And then obviously temperature cables there, other plug-in accessories. Oh, okay. You got a 12-volt cable as well. Okay, for your RGB, so 5-volt and 12-volt. That's okay. We've got another cable for RGBs. Something ain't right here. This is MSI, is it not? MSI. Can't really see it on here. I'll have to look at the motherboard. We'll get to the motherboard in 1 second though. So we've got an extra RGB cable, which is saying to me one's a 5-volt, one's a 12-volt, because they changed it from 12-volt to 5-volt, and now they got 12-volt and 5-volt, and they got extra cable, and the extra cable looks like something for Corsair, but that wouldn't make sense because MSI. But I don't know. Maybe they're friends. I don't know. But anyway, we got an antenna. Oh no, sorry about that. But anyway, got an antennae cable thingy. Oh right, this is the other bit on it. It's not open. Shark. It's a shark tail thingy. Oh gosh, that way. No. Oh, actually. There we go. It goes in like that. So this will go onto the side of your computer, on the side of your desk, on top of your case. It's up to you, however you want to do it. Let's get it unraveled and let's see how long the cable is. The cable is about 65 centimeters long. Do you know why? Because I'm a human ruler. And anyway, it's got brass-like ends. They feel quite heavy and very good as well. So you get that as well. So, oh yeah, the internet's meant to be next levels, like the best sort of AC next level internet, like near enough as good as plugging straight into the back for a gigabit port, but don't know till I test it. That's apparently so. You get a high bandwidth bridge if you're using SLI, because this can use SLI graphics cards. So you put 2 of them in there and SLI away. That's good. That's amazing. But anyway, MSI still don't really want to give you a sexy one like Nvidia's one, but it's still an SLI high bandwidth bridge. And it says L on it, so I guess it's for large. I don't know. Maybe the spacing's large. But I've never used these. I used to use them a long time ago. But anyway, put that back in the case. What's this? Oh wow. Oh wow, I didn't mean to drop it like that. Oh right, M.2 shields. Okay, so we've got 2 on the PCI bus. So that's pretty awesome. Nice little finish on the side there for the PCI bracket. Let's have a look underneath. I'm guessing. Oh, it has got thermal pads on there. So if I unscrew this real quick. And what I can see straight away, you get a nice screw. Oh yeah, I'm sure you can see that. But anyway, it's not too bad. Oh, okay. Oh, I suppose so. Like, I can't really moan. So basically, we've got one thermal pad, and the pad looks about 2mm thick. To be honest, you can't tell if they're decent or not. They just either cool or they don't cool, or they will cool better than not being there at all. But yeah, you've got that, and it looks like a full-size M.2 that you can put on there. Actually, you got 42, 60, and 80. So yeah, you can put all 3 different ones, and obviously go for your PCI slot on your motherboard, and that means that you got optimal cooling. Now, actually, that would make sense. It wouldn't need to double barrel this, because I saw on other motherboards they only had single pads on there, which didn't really make sense because technically you want to keep this stuff cool. Now, as this is going to be in the PCI bracket, that means that, say that on my case here, you have cool air blowing straight in over the M.2s because they run really hot, and especially if you got it in RAID 0, it'll run even hotter, and then blow straight up and then exhaust that to the back of the case. That's pretty awesome. So they take care of that. I should really screw this back on, but I'll do it later. I promise I'll do that later. So yeah, we've got all of the Fandango bits, and now we get to, oh no, oh, whoa! Streaming boost. Now, I've heard a lot about this. No, I haven't really. But anyway, this works with Windows 10, runs up to 60 frame rates per second while you're streaming. It's very straightforward, works with OBS, works with all the other software companies out there. Let's have a look on the back. All right, HDMI 1.4B connector on the back. We've got Windows 10 compatibility, okay. But system requirements: CPU Intel Core i7, i5, i3, AMD Ryzen series. This is a freaking Intel motherboard. But anyway, whatever floats your boat. Maybe Ryzen's in there somewhere, I don't know. What we got? VGA card supports DirectX 11 and above, DDR4 8GB of memory, above 16GB recommended, which I would say as well. PCI extended slot. Oh yeah, that's what it works on. Operation system, XSplit, Windows, OBS, Windows, Wirecast, Windows, Adobe Media Encoder, CC, Windows. What's that? Mix Windows. I don't know what that even is. Yeah, full H. Oh wow, even better. Plug and frickin' play. No drivers. Resolution adjustment. That's awesome. So okay, that's pretty good. Let's get it out the box. Got like a little bit of instructions there about all the software that you can use. I know you can't see that, but who cares? I don't really care. No, I do care actually. Probably get it in B-roll or something. I don't know. Anyway, oh wow, that looks nice. 1.4B HDMI into the side there. Nice little finish. Looks really nice. No like not very good looking bracket. And then streaming boost MSI. Oh, it's got nice little, it's got funny, but it's a little box. It looks cool. And as it's going to be blowing in, it will keep it cool, so you can't take it out the system like this sort of thing. But what you could do is leave it in the system, because that's where it goes in, PCI slot. And once it goes in the PCI slot, that means it will be blowing air over it and keeping it nice and cool. Good, I sound like the weatherman. Now, look. That is a motherboard in a freaking half. God damn. Or godlike. God damn. Right, oh wow, this is freaking heavy. Spin this around. Wow. This is awesome. I'll tell you what, it's not even got the RGBs on, and this is the most attractive motherboard I've seen in such a long time. MSI, thumbs up for that. But let's talk about the actual motherboard itself. So we've got an infinity display, which is some new mystic light thing where you look in it and you keep looking and you keep looking and you keep looking, and it keeps going like a mirror. So it's basically like the InWin infinity case. That's what it is. But it's in the motherboard. That looks cool. Did you know how important? Did you know how important motherboards are? They're more important than graphics cards and memory and CPU and everything like that, because this is important. It's what makes everything work. It holds all the voltage. It's what. But anyway, so yeah, this lights up RGB. This lights up RGB. This lights up RGB, which says Meg. This lights up RGB. And these are M.2s. These are all, well, this one's full size. We've got 4 times bus speed there, 8 times, 8 times, 8 times, 16 times at the top there. We have an overclocking, whoa, we've got an overclocking whatever knob, and it goes up to 11. So, and then you've got, what's this? Oh yeah, this is like when you turn it on and off. You got little buttons there to turn it on and off. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. It can't be. It says overclock. I'm gonna have to look at that a little bit closer, but you got extra buttons there underneath that knob, so I'm guessing that is for the overclocking feature. You got reset and you got power as well, so it's all nice high-end stuff that you need on the motherboard to do overclocking with nitrogen, water cooling, or testing out the box. It's all nice. This has 16 phases on it. It's got chokes. It's got metal, literally heavy metal for dissipation of heat at the top there. Very nicely crafted. Hope it works really well. At the top we've got 2 power EPS connectors, which you would normally call them 2 8-pin connectors for stability and overclocking like crazy. So that's pretty decent. On the bottom, oh no, over here is a really crap place to put an extender for your graphics card for power draw, because technically, why would you put it there? Put it at the bottom. But anyway, what they did was good. Is put USB 3 next door to USB 3, and not USB 3 down there and USB 3 down there, because you've got thick cables and it's hard to get them in and out of the case. And the good thing about it as well, because you know this is a freaking high-end board, we do have USB 3.1s there as well, 2 of them. So you can connect it all up. You got 6 SATA connectors there, and you got 2 turbo U.2s on the side there, next to the 6 SATA. And we've got a 24 pin there. We've got all fan headers at the top here, so we've got like 4 at the top. No, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All PWM I can see. And it looks like it would fit DC no problem with the little plastic tabs. And we've got a few fan headers at the bottom. This board is well high end, it really is. Audio connectors here and everything like that. We've got a BIOS switch here, so we can switch from having madness of overclocking like crazy, and then all of a sudden you're like, you know what, I don't fancy overclocking, so I'm just going to switch and then have the simple settings like me, keeping it simple. Or we could go mad like overclocking. Anyway, so that's what you got. You got a little switch from left to right. It's all good. USB 2s at the bottom there. More fan headers, I/O front connectors there as well. What else have we got on here? More USB 2s. And did I tell you that this has got audio 7.1 surround sound? And I'll tell you what. Okay, on the back, this is a bit crazy. Oh, nearly broke it. On the back, we've got a 6.3. This looks funny though. It's got a 6.3mm connector for your adapter that actually goes in here, no problem whatsoever. And then we've got USB Gen 3.1 at the top, and then we've got 4 USB 3.1 Gen 2s, so Type A and Type C. We've got 2 gigabit Ethernet ports. No, they're not even gigabit, they're killer 2 Ethernet ports on the back there. And we've got SP2 or S something 2. You know when you've got your old school mouse and keyboard, you can plug that in if your USB serial bus doesn't work. Use that. Then you've got your Bluetooth and your AC connectors for your internet. Some super speed right there. 7.1 surround sound, optical out, and then all your normal ports as well. It's pretty crazy. Now the good thing about this, you can go flashback protocol. So I'm sure that you might be able to do with this motherboard is literally roll back or update your BIOS without using a CPU, but I don't know until I actually test it, but that's the speculation. But anyway, yeah, you got your BIOS switch, and then you got your seam clear MOS whatever button, and it's always good, right? Because technically when anything goes wrong, you have to start taking things apart, and if you've got it water cooled, it's just a mad thing to do. Now if you've got this on there, it makes a lot of sense. Actually, saying that, another thing that makes sense, let me have a look at the back quickly. So look at that, loads of metal there for the, obviously the memory. Yes, we've got 16 times bus speed, 8 times, 8 times, 8 times, and 4 times crossfire. I think this has got 40 or 44 lanes, something like that. So hopefully, I don't know, hopefully would that have enough lanes to actually work with everything going on at the same time? Can't really work that out now, but I will have a look at that. You've got like this little LED strip of power that comes down here, and yeah, it just looks really good. So I think we should definitely have a look at this. But let me talk quickly about the front. If I had a fat graphics card, I can't get to my M.2, but you can get to M.2 down the bottom there. So I still got 8 times, 8 times, 8 times, and I've got 4 times here. So I can still get the right speed, so it doesn't really matter. it's just sometimes it's okay being there, but it's not if I need to get to it. So it's probably better off down here. MSI seem to look like they've made the right choices anyway. One more thing I just looked and I found in the MSI Louis Vuitton bag is that you do get a 6.3mm jack as well. So this means that, also you can plug in a 3.5mm jack straight into the back of that. Then this 6.3 goes into that for high quality sound, because only high quality sound on big headphones that go into DAC machines normally use 6.3mm. MSI, are we going gaming? Is this an all-round motherboard? Is this for a little bit of a workstation? Because if you're using 8 cores and 16 threads, from the days from back in the day, from quad core to like having a few more threads and stuff, like we've come a long way, especially with obviously DDR4, and this motherboard can go up to 4600 overclocked as well. That is pretty awesome, and there must be a plethora of options in this BIOS menu, because if there isn't, it wouldn't make sense. But you want to be able to push that kind of bandwidth, and obviously Intel always works very well with populating all the spaces on a motherboard for memory, and obviously using its timings and using higher clock speed RAM. So instead of just using 2, it just works really well. AMD, I had problems with AMD Ryzen when it first came out, but it's very new. It's push, and then now later on in the dates of like using Ryzen 1 and 2, basically it's like Ryzen still uses very high frequency speed RAM, but it doesn't populate very well like Intel does. But no fanboy here, because I like Ryzen. I've got Ryzen, I've got Intel. Love them both. Just like a bit of a war going on, because it's really quite cool when they do things like that. But anyway, let's plug this bad boy in. Here's 24 pin I made earlier. So we'll plug this all in right now. Is this turned on? Let's turn it on. Oh, that looks good. That, I don't know what, put that box down. Does that not look good? That looks good. Hang on, let me turn it on first though. 24 pin, please do not come out. Kids, do not try this at home. Where's the power button? So press power. Oh, freaking out! Oh my god! Right, this motherboard looks pretty without RGBs. Oh my gosh, look at it with RGBs. And you know what? It's very subtle RGBs. Even at the top it says CPU error, because I haven't got a CPU in the socket. But it's got RGB infinity right here. It's got the Meg logo lit up there. It's got the MSI. Oh, the MSI logo is not lit up. They've made it very simple. I thought it lit up. I'm sorry. MSI Dragon. They could either take the Dragon away or not, but they've got like a code reader there. I can't even remember what that's even called. But basically, if anything goes wrong, it gives you a couple of numbers. That means you can help the community, because when they've got a problem with the motherboard and don't know what the code means, then they can get onto the net and basically ask, what's that code about? How do I sort that problem out? This is a good thing to have with the motherboard. Plus, it's got like a GIF thing going on there, and it's just mad. It's got lighting everywhere, but it's nice lighting. Oh wow! Look at that, man! Look at that! Can you see that? That's lit up as well. So in the dark, when you're trying to find a USB, not bending up all your like functions or like portholes, you can do. That is silly, silly, silly good. Wow. Okay. Love it. Oh, hang on. Let's turn it off. Let's see if it says anything when you turn it off. All right. Where's the power button? Was it not? It's got like a little pokeball, man, and it says goodbye. Oh my gosh! All right. Do you know what? I think I would have just bought the motherboard just for the little graphics. Now I know there is certain things you can have a GIF and personalising it to your own. You can personalise it to yourself, and you can have your own little GIFs and all that. I think they're in the works of making it and doing stuff like that. That is so cool. Right, I'm going to turn this off now. This freaking motherboard is insane, what I'm looking at the moment. I haven't even built into it. It's just a motherboard, you know, like, who cares? Like, when it comes to the motherboard, I want to show off my graphics card. I want to show off my M.2s and all this sort of, well, M.2s are normally underneath there unless they don't have a plate. Now, anyway, let's undo the top here. And let's have a look to see if there's decent thermal pads. Now, from my reading, I want it to have double thermal pads because technically it's right connected to the motherboard. So if it's connected to the motherboard, it means it's going to be hard to dissipate heat if a graphics card's freaking on the top of the M.2. So let's hope so. Well, we've got a pad. Yes! Right, so that's decent. They've done that. Have they done it on all? Yes! Good on you, Good on you, MSI. Right, so this is nice as well. This is freaking heavy. So you got metal. And then you've got a thermal pad on there, and then you've got a thermal pad on there. So it's like doubling it up. So if you go to overclock it, and you've got your graphics card over the top, you don't really need to worry about heat distribution or dissipation because it's got both thermal pads on it. It's the sort of thing you use with water cooling. So you've got EK water blocks. You normally get graphics cards, water blocks. You got thermal pads on there before the thermal grease and stuff like that. That is awesome. So I don't know what else to say. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty stoked. Nice one. That is great. Yeah. So let's just I don't know what to say about it. This is the most delicious looking motherboard ever. Really is. As you can see, this is the motherboard for 2018 in my eyes. I really think this is such a delicious motherboard. Just without even having RGBs, you either like RGBs or you don't like RGBs. Now, I am a little bit annoyed about how much RGBs are going on everything. It's just like, can you not have so much RGBs? Does it actually look pretty with RGBs or without RGBs? Now, this looks pretty without RGBs and looks even more pretty with RGBs. I'm so shocked at how good it is. But there's things on here that I would use. Like at the moment, it's saying CPU error, which means I haven't got a CPU in the socket at the moment. And it's got no countdown at the moment, it's on 000. This is like one of the most cleverest motherboards that you could buy today, 2018. If you're looking to be able to do overclocking and you want to find error codes really quickly and you want to help others amongst the community, this is the motherboard for you. The reason I say that is because if there's a problem, it will come up with a code and then you can relay that code onto someone else and then they'll be able to sort out that problem. Because the whole point about being in the computer community is obviously making sure that people that want to... Actually, no, that's just completely wrong. Some of it's wrong, some of it's right. Now, if I say that, I'm actually contradicting myself in a way, because think about it like this. When you got a computer, the reason that you didn't buy a computer off the shelf is because you wanted to build it, then build it for the cheapest price that you could, but get the better performance than the one that was on the shelf. And there's me talking about a motherboard that's £600 and a CPU that I'm going to be pairing with it, £600, and then a graphics card, 28 Ti, which is going to make it like 2,000 odd quid, you know. That is pretty crazy, but I'm just being truthful, and that's what I think. But computers have evolved so much, it's just awesome. Yeah, this is Roger, and Roger's going to be obviously testing this as well, not the plastic, just that, and obviously that as well. And then obviously we'll be having a look at these. We might do a black and red build actually, because like MSI, that's another thing. MSI are normally black and red. They've come away from that. It looks like a gunmetal black. Like, you know what? Thumbs up. Kudos to you. I think this is awesome. But anyway, we're going to be testing everything for thermal issues, any problems, or anything like that. I'm letting you know in the video now, because obviously it's going to be coming to the time where you always message me, I've got this problem, how do I sort this problem out? And then you've got other people in the comments from the community, try this, try that. But I'm going to actually be testing this properly for shorter fixes, because there's obviously going to be some problems with drivers and everything like that. We're going to do everything. But yeah, and we're going to test it all on games, obviously, and for Premiere Pro, After Effects, and black something. What's it called? Black Magic. I know it sounds really weird. Black Magic, like the camera software for rendering videos and that. All rounder, using 9900K, 8 cores, 16 threads, in this beast of a computer, overclocked, with a graphics card that's going to have decent render figures, it should do, for the RX RXT, the RTX 2080 Ti. I think that's it, right? It's too many of them. Anyway, I'm Roger and I'm out. Subscribe, share, like these videos so everyone else can know and join the community of greatness and stuff like that. And yeah, I will see you very shortly, probably down in the comments down below. So get messaging, find out what you want to have me answer, and I will let you know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Roger.